Have you ever wondered if the difficulties in your life are actually signs of something greater, like Allah, working to remove negativity from your path? Sometimes the trials we face aren't punishments. They're part of Allah's divine plan to cleanse our hearts, guide us back to Him, and open the doors to peace and blessings. In this video, we're diving into 3 signs Allah is removing negativity from your life. These signs aren't always obvious, but once you recognize them, you'll feel reassured that Allah's mercy is at work, transforming your hardships into hope and your struggles into strength. Stay tuned, because understanding these signs will change how you view life's challenges and bring you closer to Allah's wisdom and love. And don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to Deen Explorers for more inspiring content. Sign 1, you feel increased. You feel increased patience. Patience and calmness when Allah begins to remove negativity from your life. One of the first and clearest signs is that you start feeling a deeper sense of patience and calmness in situations that used to frustrate or overwhelm you. Life is full of challenges, some big, some small, and it is natural to feel stressed when things do not go as planned. However, when Allah decides to cleanse your life of negativity, He fills your heart with the strength to endure these challenges with peace. Patience is not just about waiting for things to improve. It is about trusting in Allah's plan and understanding that every hardship has a purpose. Sometimes when we are stuck in negativity, it is because we want immediate results, quick fixes, or an easy escape from our problems. But Allah, in His infinite wisdom, often delays solutions to teach us something important. When He begins to remove negativity, your perspective starts to change. Instead of focusing on what you lack or what is going wrong, you begin to trust His timing and feel at peace. Knowing that He is in control in this process, you may notice that situations which used to cause you anxiety no longer have the same power over you. For instance, let's say you are struggling at work or school, and deadlines feel overwhelming. Before, this situation might have caused you to panic, lose hope, or become frustrated. But now, even if the challenge remains, you feel a quiet strength within you. Take a deep breath and proceed with patience. This inner calmness is a sign that Allah is softening your heart and shielding you from negativity. Seek help through patience and prayer. It is indeed exacting, but not for those who are humble in their hearts. Patience is not just an action, it is a form of worship. When you choose patience, you are showing Allah that you trust Him. Even when the path ahead seems unclear, you are acknowledging that He knows what is best for you, even if you cannot see it. Yet through patience you invite His mercy into your life, and that mercy begins to heal your heart and remove negativity. This newfound calmness also reflects in your daily interactions. Perhaps before you would react impulsively to criticism or lash out when things didn't go your way. But now you find yourself responding with kindness and understanding, even in difficult situations. This is another clear sign that Allah is purifying your soul and teaching you to rise above negativity. You are no longer easily provoked by anger or frustration because your heart is anchored in trust and submission to Him. Sometimes the process of cultivating patience requires tests. You might face delays, rejections, or hardships that seem never-ending, but each test is an opportunity to grow closer to Allah. With every challenge you endure with patience, your connection to Him strengthens, and negativity loses its grip on your life. So how can you nurture this sign and ensure it continues to grow? Make it a habit to turn to Allah. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, talk to Him in dua. Share your worries with Him and ask Him for patience. Remember that Allah hears every prayer, even the silent ones. whispered in the depths of your heart. Trust that He will guide you through every storm, and as you hold on to Him, the calmness and peace He grants you will become your greatest strength. Feeling increased patience and calmness is not just a random shift in your personality. It is a divine sign that Allah is actively removing negativity from your life. This patience allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace and humility. Trusting in His wisdom at every step. Sign 2. Toxic relationships are removed from your life. Toxic relationships are removed from your life. Another powerful sign that Allah is removing negativity from your life is when He distances you from toxic relationships or harmful influences. These relationships may have been draining your energy, weakening your connection to Allah, or filling your life with unnecessary stress and confusion. When Allah intervenes and removes such people from your life, it is not a coincidence. It is His divine mercy, at work, protecting you and guiding you toward peace in our lives. We often form relationships, whether with friends, colleagues, or even family, that seem meaningful at first. However, over time, these connections may turn toxic. Toxic relationships can come in many forms. Some people constantly criticize you, causing you to doubt yourself. Others might encourage you to engage in sinful behaviors or distract you from your faith. Some might manipulate you, always taking from you without giving anything in return. These relationships become sources of negativity, pulling you down emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. When Allah decides to purify your life, He begins by removing such people from your path. This process can feel painful at first. You might wonder why someone you cared for deeply is suddenly distant, or why a friendship you valued has ended. It can even feel like a loss. But with time, you come to realize that Allah has removed them for your benefit. He sees what you cannot. He knows the unseen aspects of every relationship, including the harm it may be causing your soul. Keep yourself content with those who call their Lord, morning and evening seeking His pleasure, and let not your eyes overlook them, seeking the splendor of the worldly life, and do not obey the one whose heart we have made heedless of our remembrance, and who has followed his desire, and whose behavior has exceeded the limits you need to remain close to those who sincerely seek Allah, and distance yourself from those who distract you from Him. Toxic relationships often prevent you from fulfilling this command, that they may steer you toward worldly desires, undermine your faith, or make you feel unworthy of Allah's love. When Allah removes such people, it is a sign of His mercy. He is making space in your life for better companions who will uplift you, support you, and remind you of your purpose in life. For instance, imagine a close friendship that begins to drift apart. Initially, you might feel confused or upset, but later you realize that this person was subtly encouraging you to neglect your salah backbite about others or prioritize duna over akira. By removing this friendship, Allah has protected you from harm that you might not have even noticed over time. He replaces this loss with companions who inspire you to be a better Muslim, who remind you of Allah, and who bring positivity into your life. This cleansing of relationships is also a chance for self-reflection. Sometimes, Allah removes toxic people to show us our own faults. It is an opportunity to ask yourself, have I been prioritizing relationships that weaken my faith? Am I spending time with people who help me remember Allah or forget Him? When you reflect on these questions, you become more mindful of the company you keep and more fuel for the people Allah allows to remain in your life. It's important to remember that this process requires trust in Allah's plan. You might not understand why someone is leaving your life at the moment, but eventually the wisdom behind it becomes clear. You start to feel lighter, more focused, and less burdened by the negativity that once surrounded you. Allah's guidance is subtle, yet transformative, and when He removes people, it is always for your benefit, even if it doesn't seem. So at first, the removal of toxic relationships is a profound sign of Allah's intervention in your life. It is His way of protecting you, purifying your heart, and guiding you toward companions who will help you grow closer to Him. If you experience this, trust that it is a blessing in disguise, and thank Allah for safeguarding your faith and well-being. Sign 3. 3. You are drawn closer to Allah through worship. Drawn closer to Allah through worship. One of the most beautiful and unmistakable signs that Allah is removing negativity from your life is when you feel a renewed and stronger connection with Him through acts of worship. Negativity often stems from a disconnect between our hearts and our Creator. When Allah begins to cleanse your life of negativity, He draws you back toward Him, making worship feel like a source of comfort, peace, and joy. This connection to Allah may start in small but significant ways. Perhaps you suddenly feel an urge to wake up. For a prayer you may have struggled with in the past, or you find yourself reciting the Quran and feeling its words touch your heart deeply as if Allah is speaking directly to you. These moments are not random. They are signs that Allah is softening your heart and filling it with His light. He is reminding you of your purpose and guiding you back to the path of righteousness for everyone. From among you there are angels replacing one another in front of Him and behind Him who guard Him under the command of Allah. Surely Allah does not change the condition of a people unless they change themselves. When Allah intends evil for a people, there is no way to turn it back, and for them there is no patron other than Him. When Allah decides to remove negativity from your life, He inspires you to seek Him more earnestly. This could mean a deeper commitment to salah, a stronger habit of making dua, or a greater love for reading the Quran. Each act of worship becomes a means through which Allah cleanses your heart and protects you from the harms of this world. You might notice that the burdens which once felt heavy on your soul now feel lighter. For example, if you were struggling with anxiety or stress, the act of placing your trust in Allah through dua can bring an immediate sense of relief. You start to realize that no matter how challenging life gets, you have a direct connection with the One who controls everything. This realization itself is a powerful way Allah removes negativity from your heart and places it with hope. Sometimes this closeness to Allah develops through difficulties. You might go through trials that force you to turn to Him. Initially, the hardship may feel overwhelming, but as you seek Allah's help through prayer and dua, you begin to feel a shift. The pain becomes a source of strength because it brings you closer to Him. You start to understand that even in your struggles there is immense mercy. Allah is using these moments to purify you and strengthen your faith. This renewed connection to Allah also brings clarity to your life. When negativity clouds your heart, it becomes harder to distinguish between what is truly important and what is temporary or harmful. But as you grow closer to Allah, your priorities begin to align with His guidance. You start to see the world through the lens of faith. The things that once caused you stress, whether it's chasing worldly success, worrying about others, opinions, or clinging to material possessions, begin to lose their grip on you. Instead, your heart becomes focused on pleasing Allah and seeking His reward in the hereafter. Another way this sign manifests is in the peace you feel during acts of worship. When negativity surrounds you, even acts like salah or reading Quran can feel like chores. But as Allah removes that negativity, These same acts become sources of immense comfort. You might find yourself lingering in sujood, pouring your heart out to Allah, or reciting the Quran with tears streaming down your face. Because its words resonate so deeply, this is a clear sign that Allah is bringing you closer to Him and replacing the darkness in your life with His light. Being drawn closer to Allah through worship is one of the clearest signs that He is removing negativity from your life. It shows that He is not only cleansing your heart, but also strengthening your faith, guiding you toward peace and clarity. Embrace this gift by continuing to seek Him, trust His plan, and cherish every moment of worship as a step closer to His mercy and love. Dear brothers and sisters, isn't it amazing to see how Allah's mercy works in our lives? Even during the most difficult times, these signs, whether it's gaining patience, removing toxic relationships, or feeling closer to Allah, remind us that Allah's plan is always for our ultimate good. Thank you so much for watching. If this video touched your heart, please like, leave a comment, and subscribe to Deen Explorers to continue exploring the beauty of Islam together. Until next time, may Allah keep you in His mercy and light.